And in my travels doing clinics, I am often talking to people about saddle fit. Not that I'm trying to do your job, but just get
it's all part of it. We look at all these areas,
Yeah. And I'm coming across a lot of people out there who are finding that it's very hard to get saddle fitters to fit anything other than your panel saddles, so your traditional stock saddle, your English saddles. And I, as a clinician in my travels, I am seeing an ever increasing demand for Fender saddles, especially.
Definitely.
And I obviously also ride in Western saddles. We have Fender saddles here that I love. How hard is it to fit a Fender saddle or a Western saddle?
So when we look at a traditional panel saddle to a half-breed saddle, Fender saddle, Western saddle, they are completely different. Fender saddles, half-breed saddles, are not meant for every horse. With saying that, there's not every saddle fitter will fit a Fender half-breed or a Western saddle. I'm not really sure why. I have been trained in fitting all different types of saddles. I'm actually just about to head to the UK, and I'm going over to do some time with some a saddler that makes side saddles, and I'm going to do some work with some side saddles, which is a bit of a passion of mine. I haven't fit one of them yet, but that's the plan. But with the Fender and the Western saddles, half-breed saddles, they are completely different. They're an external change. We can't change anything inside those saddles. It's all about the pads that are used underneath. Whereas your panel saddles, we can move the flocking, or if they're care, we can put inserts inside them. We can reshape the front of the saddle with a press or change the gullets. So they are a completely different style of fitting. But I see what you're saying. I know that I'm in a group of 8 fitters in Australia. We're called Saddle Fit Australia, and even some of those guys have rang me and asked me about different ways of fitting Fender saddles and Western saddles. I have been out in the field working, and people have said, "Oh, do you fit Western saddles?" And I'm like, "Yep." So the question is out there: do you fit them? Because obviously there's people, saddle fitters, that don't fit them.
And traditionally the Western saddle has been quite a large saddle, quite a long saddle.
Yep.
And that has presented some fitting issues.
Definitely, yep.
What's some advice for people out there who have those older Western saddles? I mean, I'm a huge fan of the very short panels, like shorter Western saddles, like my barrassing saddle.
Shorter skirts on your
Shorter
saddle.
skirts, round skirts, taking all that away.
Mm.
But of course, that's okay for me. There's plenty of people out there who have those older saddles. What are some issues that they face with those saddles, and is there any way that they can work around that?
Most definitely. I've got a girlfriend who has had a saddle, a Western saddle, just altered. So she asked me to fit it to a little coloured mare she had, and the actual skirt sat on the point of her hip. And so, which is not conducive to the horse. Obviously, when the horse moves, we've got a interference with the horses biomechanically. So we actually had a saddler redesign the back of the saddle. So he cut part of the skirt off and redesigned it, and you can't even tell the difference. It doesn't look like it's been altered at all. It looks like it's still the original saddle. It looks beautiful. So that horse is a very short-backed quarter horse. So then we had to look at, we have to look at the panel, the saddle platform, where that saddle has to sit to make sure that that is comfortable. So the horse can carry that weight, can weight bear comfortably with the rider in that saddle. But the saddles can be changed, most definitely. One of the big questions I'm asked, I've got short femur, so my Fender saddle has short fenders, but you can actually get fenders shortened that are they call them standard length, so that a good saddler can do all that for you, and we're lucky we have a couple of good saddlers in the area, so we can get those sorts of alterations done to those saddles.